Did you notice that Joe didn't get the cake? She forgot the flour for the pancakes and something else. Bro, we're so connected. I was like, that's actually mad, you know, because
We are live.
We are live.
we are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer. Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm saying, Mr. Blitz Tech,
Revenue GS.
J1 further discipline.
and welcome to the Last of Us discussion, episode 2. What absolute madness! That's not the title of the show or the episode, but if you ain't watching this with us, head over to patreon.com/the where you can and enjoy this absolute madness because, oh my god, I was not expecting this level of just detail and
Finesse.
bro,
Care for the world, the characters.
bro. It's all here, you know. It's all here. Like even just the introduction of, like they're just changing or is to say adapting what they want in this kind of show, and the way the quadriceps go from like one host to another. It's not spores anymore. It's these wherever these things are, and just the way they brought it to life is mad.
Man shivering over here, bro.
Disgusting. It makes sense, and even just the way it's all started, like. I feel like I said, I've seen it in an article somewhere that it started like in bread or something.
In what?
In like bread or wheat or something.
Wheat, okay.
So he went to a wheat factory. I don't know, those people who had a wheat factory ate something. And now we know there's like 14 people that kind of got infected once they're at the factory. You see, now we see one of the patients at said place. And then that leads back to episode 1 where they said where it started, where funny enough, they were, what's her name? Sarah forgot the pancakes, so there was no flour for that. Joe forgot the birthday cake, so there's no flour for that. And so, and it was someone else pointing out as well that obviously the neighbours were offering them biscuits and cookies.
Yeah.
Didn't eat that either. So.
She's got a thing for the raisins, bro.
Yeah, the raisins.
bro.
The raisins. So just like I said, the way they're building the world is, for me, super sick. Super sick. I just love how things just carry over like that. Mad, super mad still. What are you man saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, I definitely think it's fire, man. I just like how, like you're saying, the adaptation. I think from this episode, it's going to be where I stop talking about the game. Because they've cleared, like, the separation is clear, the separation is fine. And I think from this episode, there's things I've seen here that they've done better than the game. Do you know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like the evolution of how, obviously, the infected connect. We've been loving that anyway. I also love at the beginning of this episode, one of my fears from the first episode was they weren't going to have any more flashbacks. And they start this episode off with a flashback. And I hope we continually get flashbacks. That first 5 minutes of the episode, if they always dedicate that to, this is how we got here, this is how it started, I would love that. Even when we push past the original game. Because then we'll be getting flashbacks that give us context to what's happening in the second game, but in between almost. So this almost like Arrow-like flashback thing, we can keep it here, keep it as a 5-minute short thing every episode, and keep rolling. And like I was saying it in the episode, when I watched I like The Walking Dead. I think it's calm. Watched about 6 seasons. What I liked more was Fear the Walking Dead, which took The Walking Dead back to the origin, to pretty much ground zero, the day when it started, where this show starts. And it's just good to see the descent of the human populace. And I feel like them throwing in this information here and showing it how it goes, I just think it's a great way to go in terms of giving us context and showing us what's going on here and how it affects, man. So love this episode. I like this episode more than I like the premiere. Way more than I like the premiere. And yeah, man, I'm just gassed, bruv.
You see the Fear Walking Dead, was that what was that? Is that like
that's a spin-off series of The Walking Dead. Okay. I think it's got 3 seasons or something like that.
Okay.
I think it's definitely got more. I watched the first 2, I think it's got 3 seasons. Or then maybe it's got 2, but I thought there was a season I didn't watch, but I know I've watched 2 seasons of it, so maybe they didn't continue it. But yeah, man.
Cool. No, I obviously the reason why I'm asking then, and one of the things that we mentioned before is how they can expand throughout the other seasons, like, and obviously building up the world. This kind of confirms that's what they kind of want to do, like explore more things, explain things that we didn't get in the game and stuff like that. So like the whole 5 minutes and the delivery of it as well. It's not just, oh, here's the information. It's the delivery of it that's really getting to, man. Like just body snatch the doctor from her lunch. She has no idea what's going on. And even when like going back, the whole, these things don't survive in you, brother. What are you talking about? I've been doing this for my whole life. And even her coming to like, listen, just take me home. I want to be with my family.
No, what did she say before that?
Like
Bomb
bomb.
Like, bro, the way you like bombed him, I was
right now.
Bro, I was
Because
like, oh,
you know what's so he obviously is in the position. Obviously, he doesn't understand what's going on.
He doesn't understand the severity of what's. He
right.
understands what's going on. He doesn't understand the severity of what's going on.
So then he's like, vaccine, medication. And she just, there's that care of be like, listen, fam, I've been doing this thing my whole life. Just drop the nukes on us and let it be done, because this can't go out to the world. And I like the whole thing of it because it can't go past it. If it goes past it, we're finished.
Which kind of already has, which I hope they do expand on that way. It's like,
they will.
So they now see a person, probably hopefully not fully formed, but like trying to heal themselves and then see that outbreak.
I want to see how we get here through this conversation, because like you said, you know what they did connecting to the conversation last episode with the whole flower and stuff like that. Something's got connected because she just told, listen carefully. She told, listen carefully.
They did. They bombed the cities, and that's what they was talking about in the episode.
Right, but it still got out, so we got to see. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, I hear what you're saying.
Like humans being humans, and this is how we got to see here today.
I hear. We'll see. Because what I'm expecting, the next clip is to be almost the Pentagon. Now, the reason I get to that, or some sort of militarized leader making the decision whether to or not to bomb, is because in the first two, we had a speculative scientist, someone who's also been studying his whole life, saying, two of them actually, one saying fungi and one saying non-fungi. Do you get what I'm saying? Or what's going to be the clock? Then we go the next. Okay, it's already evolved. It's already here. It's the outbreak. Well, it's already started spreading here. So then she's giving the information of, the first guy gave the information of, if this happens, we're fucked. She gives the information of, it's here. We're fucked now. We're fucked now. So now it needs to just go to the let's say the layman. So this guy needs to take it to his boss, who takes it to his boss, who takes it to his boss, who sends an email to the person who really runs shit and's like,
the president in that.
We got to blow up the planet. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I think her stance should have actually been? Don't do anything. I don't think she should have said bomb. Because, hear this. I think that should have been a military answer. Right. Her, as a scientist, she should have been like, this is the next stage in human evolution. Don't do anything. Take me home to my family. Same energy. Like, there's no point. But there's no, why are we bombing?
There's actually, that's not her evolution, isn't it?
I hear that, but this is what I'm saying. I think that should have come from her. Because bombing sounds like a military decision. And it is a military decision. A scientist would be like, as the first guy was, when this happens, we're done. She should have been like, oh, we're done. Why bomb? It's over, bro. It's legitly over. The bombing doesn't. What is the bombing slows it? It's not going to stop it. It's not going to eradicate. It's not actually. The bombing's not going to do anything. It's just slow the process down that they think. The world's a wrap, bro.
Because the reason why she said bomb, because Indonesia is an island, isn't it?
No,
so it's like it won't go anywhere. Like no one's leaving the country basically.
No.
Because they can't. If it starts there,
30 hours. It's too late.
Someone's already gone.
And there's no medicine, Did they have to start the vaccine now? 30 hours from now, it's all, bruv, it's already over. This is what I'm saying. The bombing it, I hear it. It's an island, but she doesn't even know if it started here.
Right.
If this is the thing that just happened in all yeast everywhere because of, I don't know.
Spores?
Yeah, spores. That's something that goes into humans and does something else and this, like, combined. Plus the increasing global warming temperature, what blah blah, bro. Get me? I would like. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I would have liked the next episode to be the president being like, "Yeah, we got to blow up everyone." not it coming from a scientist that we got. I would like them. It almost to seem like they're doing the wrong thing, but they're not. That's the right thing to do. But the government. I would like everyone to have opposing.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like she shouldn't be like bomb. She should be like, this is it. Just the realization quickly because she's been studying it her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
She should know bombings. She should have maybe even went through the process of bombing might only slow it down. It's just a matter of time. Take me home. They accepted. Like she got there quickly. And then man should be
was like this,
yeah,
bro. Like,
I'm not because she was appropriately rattled.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
So
government, I would expect them to be more like, nah, we can stop this.
Mad reaction.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the population. Kill all the people, and they, do you know what I'm saying? And they all just.
Yeah.
It's gonna snowball
It's
anyway.
definitely gonna be interesting to see how he the snowball affects.
The scene here for me, bruv, when Joel shoots my man and then his hand touches the thing and the things go into his hand and it just sends out the sensory, like the nervous system just, and then man start.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good.
That's beautiful. And in terms of we're talking about stuff that's not in the game, that might be in the game. It's never addressed like that in the game. In terms of like you in the game, you're like, okay, when I make noise, they attack. In this, they did it very nicely because Joel did make noise, so they did stay inconsistent with this is normal Last of Us stuff in shooting him. But the communication that went out wasn't the sound; it was the sensory overload, let's say, that brought them in, which I love because it made me think of Days Gone, where it never really happens in The Last of Us how it happens in Days Gone in terms of being overwhelmed and chased down by a whole horde. You get chased by hordes, but in the hordes in Last of Us, they're like 10.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not
crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. They never attack how they attacked here, but they do in Days Gone. So I would love, even for in Last of Us, not to have that whole, oh, you got to chase 500 of them, but having more of a, I'm under pursuit, like a mixing a little mini game in there as well. I think that'd be tough, man. Love this, bro.
Yeah, I like just the like even when we were talking about the first part of it that was in Indonesia, just the characters with Joel, Tess, and Ellie as well. Like even them three bouncing off each other, like just their different personalities about going about the mission. Everything for me was just super legit. And it was even just some shots, like I said to you as well in the reaction. Like Ellie's like saying, "Oh, we need to do this." Joel's like, "No, that ain't happening." And like Tess is in the middle. One's light, one's dark, like stuff like that. Just the like I said, the minute details in this show. For me, it's just what's blowing me away the most.
It's actually, bruv, this is actually such a beautiful episode because I think for like the way Tess lays it on Joel in terms of like, bruv, the guy you have been, don't stop being him. And this is the thing, it's don't stop being him, but this is your new mission now. And I love that because in so many other things, it's like they will try and change the character. We're not changing Joel's character. We're just setting him on a direction that he can't waver from as the same guy. And I love in this episode, they also, and I've been saying it the whole time, we're not good people, we're bad people, we're dead by things. And now she's put him on a road to redemption almost, which is going to lead to what? You know, a bad person on the road to redemption. With a good cause.
Yeah.
They'll just wait till you get there still because
it's gonna be bad. But of all the stuff you're saying, it's also the actors and actresses shelling each character. They're so on point with it. Like Pascal, like a lot of times you look at him. That's not even, bro. He's just a finished guy, and the way he just looks at things and reacts is so crazy and it's so good. And I also, what's the little girl's name again? Ellie. I love her, bro. Like, because she rattles me the way she rattled me in the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and that is freaking great acting. Freaking great acting, bro.
Pascal and Marlene. Marlene this episode for me, nah, bro. She went hard, bro. Well, she's been hard, but bruv, we've only got 2 episodes.
You mean from the previous?
Yeah, no, she was obviously she was legit in the first episode. Yeah. But for me here, it's like, even I was talking about Pascal during the episode and he's hard. But the fact that we're not gonna get more Marlene upsets me as well. Because of how hard she goes, bruv. But
she
yeah, man.
destroyed the whole show, bro. She destroyed the whole thing. Like, there's a reason why she's like, oh, you're good as the voice actor. All right, we'll bring you back as the actor as well because, bro, she's way too tough.
Nah,
but what else is tough, which I like, obviously you saw like seconds from the trailers. The clickers. How? I don't know if it's actually CGI or if it's practical.
I think it's practical.
Or
It's
a bit
got
of
it's both for sure.
It's got to be both, but like,
Both for sure.
yay! What?
yeah, they're acting the
It
hell
is
out of it, bro.
Nuts.
Like,
They must have got the I don't know where they get the sound from, but it sounds exactly
It's
like
the same
game.
game. It's the same sound.
So,
Same sound.
Bruh.
Probably re-engineered
yeah,
to be differently. And do you know what I love about those whole clicking scenes? It's actually the camera work during those actions. That one scene where they had Joel against the wall and you could see the clicker, then it shifted onto him and you expect the clicker to be here. He thinks it goes behind him, but it's over here. Bruv! And it's just the tension. And that's one of the things what I was saying about it potentially, like, they've adapted it perfectly because there was that scene where Ellie's on the ground hiding and Joel comes from somewhere else and goes next to her. That happens in the game so much where the AI is wandering and you come next to it and then you tell it to move and then it moves around. And they did, like, I know they did that to mirror those actions in it, and I think they've done it perfectly. Then they're stepping on the glass. Should have used listening mode, bro. But, it's tough, man. Love it.
they definitely like copy and pasting bits from the game.
Yeah.
Like for the hardcore side. Listen, we got for the casual audience who's just being introduced to this thing. But for you lot, here's a special scene. Here's a special cut.
Fire.
Here's a special bit. Like it's too
must be
much.
grounded, bro. Still,
come on, it must be. You run out of bullets very quickly.
yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. But yeah, man, like just everything, production wise, everything just for me just looks spectacular. So boy, just looking forward to more episodes, really, because 2 episodes in, fire.
What you man giving this episode? I'm not mad at giving episode 5 still. I'll give it a 5 calmly.
5 easily.
And I appreciate them doing this on purpose as well, making the second episode better than the first. When the first one's fire. Do you know what I'm saying? And I hope, please, continue this trajectory, man. Let's just...
It only makes sense.
Let's go.
One thing I did notice as well, which I thought, I don't know if they would be able to pull it off, is where in the game, you got like these slow moments where you're just taking in the world and stuff like that. Like, I was like, I don't know how they have, because obviously I'm watching it, but it's like, they've translated it quite well where you're still taking in the world. Not much is happening, but it's like
it's quiet. I think it's because it's quiet all the time.
Right.
Like there's a I don't know how to explain, like an atmosphere in the game that in the show that makes you have that feeling in the game when it's super slow. But they do it they kind of carry it the whole way, and the shots just kind of blend into it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Bro, I don't know how, but it's in there.
That's what I'm saying,
it's in there. I don't know how.
It's
I think it's the atmospheric thing. Like it's quiet, but you're in there. But it's weird, man.
It's weird.
They just do it right. They just got it right.
So like you said,
immersion. You're immersed. You're in there.
Same thing with the game where like you're just going through the quiet moments, having like little dialogues here and there. You're just taking the world in, and then boom, fast bits happen. You're like, and again, when they're in a clicker situation, you're also like, fuck, like don't make any noise, like be quiet.
When that one clicker came over the counter, that was
crap.
If that was shaky, that's the best use of shaky cam I've ever seen in my life. In my life. Because it was on them, and then as it jumps, it's like, we're not getting the beginning of the jump, we're just going up until it's halfway here already. Bro! Cameraman's got a skateboard on his back. Like, no, he was moving crazy. Yeah, he was moving crazy.
So, yeah.
One thing they also do as well, they give you Ellie's point of view as well, because that's the first time she's seen that view. So obviously they're gonna put her in their shoes. So you're like, we're just coming through the door. We're just busting through the door. We're seeing this thing for the first time. We're all in Ellie's shoes. Like, but even her when she's just like, she gets excited about stuff. You go with her. You go with that excitement, forgetting that. Hold on, this is not the kind of place to be. But because you're so excited for her, you got until she bumps into a dead body or something, and you're like, you get reeled back to reality. No, this is not a playground. Gotta be serious around here. You can't just be, whistling and stuff. So it's the world emerging is crazy hard in this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Guys, if you haven't already, I don't know why you haven't. head off to patreon.com/thecyberness to watch this madness because it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. But yeah, man, 5 out of 5 for the episode. What are you rating it down below? Let us know. Thoughts, feeling, all the things there. Almost started clicking still.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bliss.
Raven your GS.
J1 further the cyber.
See you in the next one.
Peace.